Hi there, it's Mr. Clark. Welcome to lesson 11.2.1 on writing and resolving the Neapolitan. The Neapolitan is not just a delightful blend of vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry ice cream flavors, but in fact is also a chord. The Neapolitan chord, often referred to simply as the Neapolitan, is a major flat 2 chord. The reason we call it the Neapolitan seems to be because it was commonly used by composers from Naples. Neapolitan is the adjectival form of Naples in the 1700s, like Scarlatti, Pergolesi. We just call it the Neapolitan now because that's what we do. If you want to call it a flat 2 chord, you can do that as well. It's nearly always found in the first inversion, so in that with the 6, and is a chromatic predominant chord. So in your basic phrase model, it's going to be PD. Some music theorists simply write N6, but I prefer writing out flat 2-6 because it's more precise and it reminds you how to spell it, which is what I care about. Neapolitan contains flat 2, 4, and flat 6. So in major, both flat 2 and flat 6 require an accidental. In minor, flat 6 is already in the key sig, so only flat 2 requires an accidental. So here we go, we're in F major, and then we have a flat 2-6 chord. Yep. Okay. Or we're in F minor. So these both serve as predominant chords, and it nearly always resolves directly to some kind of 5 chord, which presents some interesting voice leading challenges. So let's talk about that. As borrowed tones, flat 2 and flat 6, like we said, tend to like to resolve downwards. By step, flat 6 can do that, it can go to 5. But if flat 2 goes down by step, that goes to 1, which is not in a 5 chord. You could say, okay, make it a cadential 6-4. Sometimes we do that. But if you're moving it down, it would have to go to 7 if it's in just a standard 5 chord. Flat 2 to 7 is a diminished third. And we're all like, yeah, don't voice lead by diminished intervals. Remember, voice leading is always a balance. And in this case, we're allowed to. There are other options, but if you want to move from flat 2 directly to 7, this is a case where you're allowed to do that. You're like, this is a stupid rule. I want to voice lead by diminished intervals and not get points taken off and people glaring at me. Now is your time to do that. So some solutions here. So A shows what I was just saying. What key are we in now? We're in F. There's your flat 2 going down to 7. 7, then probably up to 1. So that's one option. You could put in a cadential 6-4, like I was saying. That's an option. Here, let's see what's going on here. Oh, the problem here is that we have parallel fifths between the soprano and the tenor voices, which I marked out. It's like, what's wrong with that? So the solution here is to just put your voice with flat 2 above your voice with flat 6, like we do in C. Then becomes parallel fourths instead of parallel fifths, and no one gets mad. You can also just have a passing tone, not make it a cadential 6-4, just have an individual passing tone. That's fine. Or you can sneak in a chord that tonicizes 5. So here we have a 7 diminished 7 of 5, except not quite because we forgot an A flat. Right now it's a half diminished 7. And this one's interesting because flat 2 moves up to 2 before resolving down to 1. It's a little bit funky, probably wouldn't want it in the soprano, but it's fine in an inner voice like that. Can't quite reach that. And then resolve to 1. It's also typical to resolve to 5-7 with alterations as needed in those voice leading paradigms. So here's some examples of that. First with the diminished third. Omit the fifth there. Then we skip the one that had the parallel fifths because we don't want to do that. Here's the one, the cadential 6-4. Here's the one with the passing tone. Again, we omit the fifth, and then that last one with the applied chord. here it actually goes all the way down. So flew up to 2 down to flev. So that one's particularly funky. But that's what's going on here. So go ahead, voice lead some Neapolitans, and I'll see you next time.